Dear child, you did not arrive here by chance. This moment was not random. And this message is not just words on a screen. There is a deeper purpose behind why you are reading this right now. It feels like a pause created by heaven itself, a quiet but powerful interruption meant just for you. Something has shifted, and your spirit sensed it before your mind could explain it. The angels are saying clearly that the timing has changed. What once felt slow, distant, or uncertain is no longer moving at the same pace. Things are accelerating because someone finally reached a moment of truth inside themselves. They made a brave inner decision, even if no one around them knows it yet. And the moment they did, heaven responded immediately. What was delayed is now in motion. This is why you've been feeling unsettled in a way you can't quite name. One moment you feel calm, the next you feel emotional for no clear reason. Thoughts arrive suddenly, memories resurface, dreams feel more vivid. A face, a name, a feeling keeps returning. Even when you try to push it away, you may have wondered if you're imagining things or reading too much into signs. But this isn't confusion, it's awareness. Your spirit is recognizing movement before your physical world catches up. God is lifting the veil on something that was hidden for a long time. What was unclear is becoming clear. What was silent is beginning to speak. What felt postponed is now being released. The person connected to this moment has also been feeling it. For a long time, they may have resisted their emotions. They tried to be practical, cautious, controlled. They told themselves it wasn't the right time, or that they needed to wait until life felt more stable, or that it would be easier to ignore what their heart kept whispering. But something happened that shook them awake. It didn't come loudly. It came quietly, deeply, in a way that reached their core. A realization settled in that they could no longer deny. They understood that waiting longer would only create regret. And once that understanding landed, they couldn't go back to how things were before. They are no longer just thinking about you. They are no longer stuck in someday. Something in them shifted from hesitation to intention, from feeling to decision, from silence to movement. Even if you haven't seen it yet, their inner world is no longer still. Their heart is active. Their spirit is awake. Their steps are beginning to align. The angels say their heart is beating faster because they sense that you are ready now in ways you may not even realize. You've healed more than you give yourself credit for. You've let go of cycles that once kept you stuck. You've grown through confusion, disappointment, and long seasons of waiting. You stayed soft when you could have hardened. You stayed faithful when it would have been easier to give up. Heaven noticed that. That's why this moment feels urgent, not rushed, but intentional, not chaotic, but purposeful. The delay served its purpose. And now that purpose has been fulfilled, this person has reached a point where they can't keep pretending their feelings don't exist. Distractions no longer work. Logic no longer quiets their heart. The truth keeps rising to the surface. Inside themselves, they're saying they can't wait anymore. They're realizing this connection is worth the risk. They want clarity, not distance. Presence, not avoidance. Reality, not imagination. They don't want to wonder, what if anymore? They want to know. And this isn't just about emotion or romance. There is alignment here. There is meaning. There is something about the way your lives intersect that carries purpose beyond feelings. That's why the journey was long. That's why the growth was necessary. That's why neither of you could simply replace this connection with something easier. You were shaped by the waiting, the patience, the tears, the healing, the surrender. All of it prepared you. And now the season is shifting from endurance to receiving, from holding on to hope to watching it take form. This person is not approaching this with excuses anymore. They're approaching it with honesty, with clarity, with seriousness. What they felt surprised even them. They didn't plan to move this fast. They didn't expect the realization to hit so strongly. But once it did, it changed everything. And here is what you need to rest in. You do not have to chase what is meant for you. You don't have to force conversations, outcomes, or confessions. When something is aligned with God's timing, the path opens naturally. Doors move. Circumstances shift. Conversations happen in ways that feel almost effortless. Even when they're meaningful, you may already be noticing small changes, unexpected openness, a softening, signs of movement you didn't see before. These are not coincidences. They are the result of alignment behind the scenes. The angels say this person has reached a level of certainty they've never had before. They've waited long enough. They've wrestled internally long enough. Now, they're choosing what feels real. They're adjusting priorities, letting go of distractions, making space emotionally and practically for what they know matters. They are not moving out of desperation. They are moving out of direction. Something higher is guiding them. And that's why things may unfold quickly from here. For you, this is not a call to panic or overthink. It's a call to stay grounded, to remain open, to stay healed. Because when movement begins, it can happen suddenly. A message may arrive without warning. A conversation may open unexpectedly. A door may swing open that you didn't plan for. You didn't miss your moment. You're not behind. You're not too much. You're not unlovable. You are exactly where you need to be for what's coming. You are the peace their soul recognizes. You are the answer they didn't know how to name before now. Even if nothing looks different yet, everything is different underneath. The shift has already happened. The movement has already started. The path is being cleared. This is no longer just about signs. This is about motion, alignment, follow through. What God has spoken is not delayed anymore. It is unfolding. Let your heart rest in that. The door is closer than you think. The moment is nearer than it appears. And what is meant for you is no longer standing still. It is moving toward you, steadily and with purpose. They are moving toward the one who brings their soul peace. And deep within themselves, they know that person is you. Heaven already confirmed your spirit to them long before they fully understood it. And now their own spirit is finally responding. They can't unknow what they know anymore. They can't silence the inner pull, no matter how hard they try. They can't explain it away or distract themselves out of it. Something inside them has settled into certainty. And that certainty is what's making everything feel like it's accelerating. They are not rushing out of impulse or fear. They are moving because staying still has started to feel wrong. What once felt like waiting now feels like delay. What once felt like caution now feels like disobedience to the quiet direction they keep receiving. They are not trying to force an outcome. They are trying to fulfill something that has been growing in them for a long time. A promise, a vision, a knowing that refused to die even when they tried to bury it under logic, business, or distance. Your presence has been following them in ways they didn't expect. They saw your eyes in a dream and woke up unsettled, not in fear, but in recognition. They felt your energy during prayer and didn't know why your name came up so clearly. They remembered you at the most random moments when nothing reminded them of you. And suddenly, their chest felt full, heavy with love, hope, and urgency all at once. Those moments didn't pass quickly. They lingered. They changed something in them. And with every reminder, the message became clearer. This isn't coincidence, and this isn't optional. There comes a point where the soul stops negotiating with the truth. That's the point they are at now. They've reached the place where ignoring what they feel costs them more than facing it. They've seen what life feels like without you, and it feels empty in a way they can't explain. They've tried to move on, to replace the feeling, to convince themselves that something else would be enough. But nothing holds the same weight. Nothing brings the same peace. Nothing feels aligned, because what they feel for you isn't excitement alone. It's safety. It's recognition. It's the sense of home the soul looks for its whole life. They are becoming bold, not because they suddenly changed overnight, but because love this real doesn't allow hiding forever. They are becoming honest because pretending no longer protects them. They are becoming intentional because this connection feels different from anything they've known. You don't feel like an option to them. You feel like the only place their heart wants to land. When they think of you, something in their body relaxes. Their nervous system calms. Their thoughts slow down. That's how they know it's real. Real love doesn't create chaos. It creates clarity. You carry something they've never experienced before. A grace that doesn't demand but invites. A peace that doesn't overpower but settles. A presence that doesn't chase but draws. They feel seen around you even when you haven't said much. They feel understood without having to explain themselves. You make them want to be better, not out of pressure or fear of loss, but because being near you reminds them of who they're meant to be. That's why they're changing. That's why they're trying again. Not because someone told them to, but because their soul refuses to stay silent. They haven't said everything yet, but their spirit has already spoken. Their spirit has already chosen. Even in moments of silence, their heart has been answering you. When they imagine life with you, they feel relief. When they imagine losing you, they feel panic. When they imagine finally stepping forward, they feel peace mixed with fear, the kind of fear that comes with something valuable. That's how they know this isn't a fantasy. It's a responsibility, and they don't want to mishandle it. This is why everything feels like it's speeding up now. Once clarity arrives, the soul doesn't want to waste time. They're tired of half connections and surface relationships. They're tired of pretending. They don't want depth, stability, and something they can build. They want a love that has peace in it, a love that feels clean, a love that feels blessed. And when they look at you, they see that future, not chaos, not drama, not confusion, but something steady and lasting. So yes, they are coming, not with games, not with mixed signals, not with confusion. They are coming because the fog has lifted, the fear is breaking, the door is open, Where they once hesitated, they now feel conviction. Where they once doubted, they now feel clarity. Where they once stayed silent, they now feel like silence is costing them too much. They don't want to keep watching from a distance. They don't want to keep holding back words you deserve to hear. You have been tired of guessing, tired of waiting, tired of wondering if someone truly cares. And this is the shift. When they show up, you won't have to question it. You won't have to decode their behavior. You won't have to chase consistency. Their presence will make it obvious. Their tone will make it obvious. Their effort will make it obvious. Your heart will recognize the difference immediately, because this won't feel like the past. It will feel safe. It will feel settled. It will feel like something finally landed instead of slipping away. This is not just emotional. It's alignment. It's timing. It's preparation on both sides that happen quietly. Sometimes heaven doesn't move in loud miracles. Sometimes it moves in inner clarity, in sudden courage, in the quiet realization that says, I can't keep living like this anymore. That's the kind of movement happening now. Even if they appear quiet on the outside, their inner world is loud. Heaven sees their searching. Heaven hears their private prayers. Heaven knows their intention, and their intention is you. You move through their thoughts without warning and stay there. You appear in their mind when they close their eyes. They feel you in waves they don't know how to explain. This connection isn't about convenience. It's not shallow. It's not situational. It's something that touches the soul. They are also facing their fears, because approaching someone valuable is scary. They don't want to mishandle you. They don't want to come half-ready. They know you're not for games, not for temporary attention, not for confusion. And instead of running from that truth, they're rising to meet it. They're healing. They're maturing. They're becoming more intentional because they understand what you carry. And the truth is, you didn't have to perform to earn this. You didn't have to beg. You didn't have to chase. Your spirit spoke for you. Your peace spoke for you. Your depth spoke for you. You carry something rare, something that makes a person slow down and reflect, something that makes them want to protect, honor, and build. They aren't being pulled by surface attraction. They're being pulled by what your presence awakens in them. That's why their plans are changing. That's why their direction is shifting. That's why things around them are rearranging. When something is meant, life starts moving around it. Doors open. Fear loosens. Timing aligns. What once felt stuck begins to move. You prayed for love, and heaven didn't answer with confusion. Heaven answered with movement, not chaos, not delay, purposeful speed. So prepare your heart in peace, not anxiety. Prepare your mind in trust, not overthinking. Prepare your space in readiness, not fear. What you surrendered, what you stopped expecting because it took too long, is still allowed to come. And when it comes, it won't come halfway. It will come with clarity, effort, and commitment. It will come feeling different, because it is different. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not too much. You are on time. Heaven's time. And what is meant for you cannot miss you. The person meant to honor you is being guided, shaped, and moved toward you. What feels quiet is preparation. What feels slow is protection. And what feels like waiting is heaven arranging the details so that when it happens right.